Back to SportsLine, everybody. We are having fun talking NWA Wrestling with former heavyweight champion Nick Aldis and manager extraordinaire, so he calls himself Danny Deals, in the very loud jacket and multiple sunglasses.
Multiple-time world's heavybweight wrestling manager champion.
Yeah. Have you ever held gold, championship gold on your own?
All kinds. What are you kidding? Listen.
We're not talking about in your teeth.
No. If it wasn't...
Wait. Hold on a second. This guy has been a multi-time world champion in several different companies.
I have been.
He's one of the best in the world.
I was world television champion.
Where?
In Papua New Guinea. And I injured my knee and my earlobe in Iceland.
Yeah.
And we had a triple threat ladder match for the title. And after that, I decided to give it a break for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I've been on and off the injury report.
So we can expect a return to the ring for Danny Deals?
You never know. Maybe. Me and you at the Titan Stadium, we'll probably sell it out.
I would actually like that.
But speaking of that, actually, sizzling succotash, Salvatore Renaro, on the 24th at the Valor Hall. Yeah, Valor Hall. He's going to be wrestling Judas, right? Him and old Cinny Minnie, Sinister Minister, is in his corner. And if Sizzler wins, he gets... See, dude, you know what I'm talking about? Judas, a big brother, like 8 feet tall. He's got a national title championship opportunity.
Okay.
But when Sal wins...
Say it in English for the people that's back.
I'm sorry.
Shot.
Yeah, well, a championship. It's not a belt. When Salvatore wins, he will get the title shot, and then we'll be, you know what I'm saying, then we'll be all over your television nationally, because it's national title, so we'll have to be in the nation.
Well, folks, if that doesn't incentivize you to come, I don't know what will.
Let me tell you something. Cindy Minnie, look, I put a picture out earlier, and I'm winning right now. I look better in red. I have my red suit jacket on. I think I look better in red than the Sinister Minister does. I don't know how that works, because he's from down south for real, you know. But you know, I'm just saying, you know, Cindy
the
Minnie
Sinister Minister and the Grand Lizard.
Hey, look, you know what? There's going to be some other belts on the line. I did win a poll that I had better hair than Marty Bell. But her and Allison Kay, they do have the women's tag team title. Those are on the line, are they not?
The Hex, women's tag championships recently introduced at Empower, and they'll be defending. Those ladies are. They're serious, and they're taking it very seriously. They're doing a great job with the women's championships, and they're slated to defend against Kylie Ray and Tootie Lynn.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you what, I'm very partial to Kylie Ray, because I do some work for Impact Wrestling, and she was with us for a while. Great to see her back, and great to see her at NWA.
Absolutely.
She's a terrific wrestler and a great person, so we certainly wish her all the best. All right, so what was it like? All the companies went through it during the pandemic. Not having crowds and having to have compelling matches, with no spectators, because, you guys feed off the crowd.
Right.
When I did my brief little wrestling career, I fed off the crowd. What was that like? What was that adjustment like, and how great is it to now be back performing in front of fans, Nick?
Well, if you've had the... If you've been through the typical sort of entry requirements to wrestling that most of us have through the independents and stuff, then some of us were having flashbacks to our early careers wrestling in empty buildings. It's weird. It's jarring. We did some shows out in California in an empty television studio, and it's sort of odd to think that that there are people watching online or all over the world, but it's really hard to get up sort of mentally, because it just feels like we're doing a dress rehearsal. What are we doing here?
Just doing like regular training or something like that.
Right. It feels like practice, and adrenaline is a wonderful thing when it comes to pain. So suddenly
don't feel those chair shots as much when the crowd is going crazy.
Forget chair shots, just the most basic stuff. Just a standard tackle or anything that suddenly just feels like you've been in a car accident. So obviously, it was we're thrilled to have audiences back, and the one thing I said during the pandemic was I felt like. The one positive we try to take I try to take positives from any situation. I felt like the one thing that I hoped would happen out of it was that all the wrestlers, all the performers, all the promotions across the board would have a renewed appreciation for that interactive element with the audience, you know, in the showbiz element, because we get so wrapped up in television that sometimes it's easy to forget that part of the thing that makes the television so compelling is watching people just get swept up in the moment. You know, I mean, if I watched the Tyson Fury Deontay Wilder fight, you know, I mean, I watched it at 5 in the morning. I was in Poland, you know, so I was in Poland. So, you know, because I wanted to experience it as it happened.
Sure.
And I think that's, you know, that to me has always been what drew me to the business, was wanting to be in a building. And like I said, I've had the privilege of being in places like Wembley Arena or Madison Square Garden, or, you know, even the Chase, where you can tell that this is a moment in time. Like, everyone in this building is here to see you, and they're here because they just want to get lost in this moment. And if you're the one providing it for them, there's no better feeling in the world than that.
Now, Diaz, I would imagine that you probably don't like the fans being back, because you're not very well liked by the fans in NWA Wrestling.
The Dealyites love me, but it's okay.
The Dealyites? Wait, who are the Dealyites?
The Dealyites. The Dealyites.
Both of them are thrilled that he's on the show today.
They're my people. They're the people that love Daniel W. Deals, Triple D. You can use that if you want to.
Okay.
And, no, it was a little weird. Nobody told me to shut up or go away for a long time. It was kind of weird, yeah.
He liked it because for the period of time that he was out in the building, in the arena, that was the one time where there was nobody telling him to shut up and go away. I won every argument. Because backstage, I mean, that's a regular day.
I was undefeated. I was undefeated in arguments. I won every argument. Sometimes it's boring.
All right, so you say you're a manager extraordinaire. Who do you have under your tutelage right now? Who's in your stable right now?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would like to know, and I think our audience would like to know.
Well, they have to show up and find out. Recently, me and the Big Strong Pals were knocked out of the playoffs. If you go back and watch Power, I think we were screwed out of it. Still up for review. I've sent it in. I've faxed the office.
Yeah.
I've requested that referee get sent to Roy Shire's territory. You know, don't worry about it. It's coming. I can't give you everything, right? I can't give you everything for free here on Channel 5. I know you're Johnny Nashville, but, you know, I can't give everything away. Old dirt sheet over here. Look at him. I'm trying to get all the scoops,
you know, I'm trying. You know,
I'm just saying. Well, did you tell him about? Now, this is going to be funny, right? Jax and Crimson have a cage match on the 24th.
Now, Crimson was supposed to be here, and we ended up with you. You know?
Hey, wait, this is an upgrade.
Like, we're honored to have Nick Aldis, the great champion, here.
This is an upgrade, you know? Maybe,
from Crimson? I don't know about that.
Well, maybe he's eating his wheeze. Maybe he's doing that Rocky workout. Remember part 4?
It is tough to know what he's doing. He's a mysterious fellow.
Brother is like the Phantom a little bit.
Now, how about that? Because Crimson and Jax were longtime tag team partners and best friends, and now all of a sudden they're opposing each other. Not only opposing each other and in a cage. I mean, I guess that's just what professional wrestling is. Sometimes your best friend becomes your worst enemy, right, Nick?
Yeah. It's oddly paralleled to a situation I'm going through. And I think truly when you boil down both situations, the situation you're referring to with Tom Latimer and I and Crimson and Jax, it really boils down to the same thing: money and prestige, because there's blood in the water, you know. I was the world champion for, as we discussed, over 1,000 days, you know, and at some point it has to come to an end. It came to an end at the hands of Trevor Murdoch, and suddenly there's blood in the water, because it's like in powerlifting or weightlifting, as you know, for years and years, people said nobody can bench press more than 500 pounds, and the second that someone did, suddenly everyone's, you know, suddenly there's 3 or 4 more guys who are coming along, and it's almost like there was a feeling, I feel like, at the NWA where I'd been champion for so long that it sort of, I think a lot of guys, their fire to be champion was starting to sort of dampen a little bit, because it was tough for them to realize that it could be done. Trevor's now made them aware that it can be done, and that opportunity to have the prestige, the media appearances, the bigger paydays, you know, the international bookings. Suddenly, your principles, you know, come into question, and some people don't know how to handle that. And I think that you're looking at that with Jax and Tom. Yeah,
Tom has been on our show before, and I've spoken with Tom several times, and You know, he's a different breed of
He's
cat.
crazy.
I mean, he's
He's
crazy.
cool.
He's dangerous, Nick. I know, you know, you have handled yourself in the ring for a long time, but when you go up against a guy like Tom Latimer, do you have to kind of change your strategy a little bit because he's so unpredictable? You never know really what he's going to do at any given time?
Most people don't know what he's going to do. But I've known Tom since we were 17 years old.
Right.
And I've been the one who's been there to bail him out, some, you know, figuratively and literally. I've always been the first person he reaches out to when he's unsure of something. I was the first person that he reached out to, you know, when he was looking for an opportunity to redeem himself. And I was always more than happy to do that because of his talent and because of the fact that we're friends. But I didn't go out on a limb for him because we were friends, we were as close as brothers. I did it because of his talent. The issue now is you could argue that maybe there's someone else in his life who's providing a slightly different influence.
I think I might know who that might be. No names,
and
please.
the irony of that being that who's the person responsible for bringing her into the business and to the NWA?
Right.
Well,
can't blame me for that.
We can blame you for a lot of things, Deals.
And up until a few weeks ago, I would have taken credit for it rather than blame. But, you know, that's the situation we're in. But again, I've been around the block. Tom and I are the same age, but our experience levels are different because, you know, it's like training at high altitude. You know, you got to be up there in the rare air to know what it feels like, and I've been there for a while, and I was there in Impact. You know, was standing across the ring from Sting at 22 years old. You know, like there's not a lot that's going to rattle me.
Yeah.
So whenever the time comes that Tom and I are standing across the ring from one another, and look, that hasn't been confirmed, but I'm here for it whenever it happens. But he's going to know that he's in there with his big brother. You know, and Big Brother's got a whooping for him.
Well, Camille has a match on the 24th at the Valor Hall, Johnny Nashville. You didn't say anything about that?
Well, listen, we're going to get to all that. We're going to take another break, Deals. Is that okay? I'll run the show. How about I run the show and you,
we
you
can because your technical director likes my style. So
all right,
so
we'll come back. Nick Aldis, Danny Deals from NWA Pro Wrestling are with us. Stay with us.